Hello, good morning. I am Suman Sharma from Government Polytechnic College, Khundi Majra. I am maths lecturer. Today's my topic is binomial theorem for any index. Now, first of all, we will state the theorem. Statement. Binomial theorem for any indexed. For any real value of n positive, n is positive, negative, integral or fractional. Means for n is our positive, negative, integral or fraction. The 1 plus x raised to power n is what, then what will be our binomial? 1 plus nx plus n minus 1 upon 2 factorial x square plus n minus 1 n minus 2 upon 3 factorial x cube, and last error term is n minus 1 n minus 2 n minus r minus 1 upon r factorial and x raised to power r, and series goes to infinity, provided x is numerically less than 1, means x lies between minus 1 and 1. Then the series on the right extend to infinity and is known as the binomial series. Binomial series. Now next, some features about 1x raised to power n. Features: number 1, the coefficient of the various term in the series in this case, in this series cannot be written in the symbolic form, namely NC0, NC1, NC2, NC3, for they become meaningless. When n is not a positive integer. The series number 2, the series on the right hand side extends to infinity. Infinity. Number 3, the expansion is valid only when x is less than 1 numerically. Number 4, the theorem can be applied only when first term of the binomial is unity and the second term is less than 1 numerically. Thus, to expand x plus a raised to power n, where n is not a positive integer. Now, general term is general term of 1 plus x raised to power n is t r plus 1 is equal to n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus r minus 1 upon r factorial and x raised to power r. Now, questions: expand 1 minus 2x raised to power minus 1 by 2 up to the term containing x cube. Also show that the r plus 1th term is equal to 2r factorial upon r factorial square 2 raised to power r and x raised to power r. Means first of all we have to expand the binomial up to x cube and we have to calculate the r plus 1th term of the binomial. Now solution. First of all we have to expand this binomial and we assume that numerically 2x is less than 1, that is x is less than 1 by 2 numerically. Now expansion. One, we know the binomial 1 plus nx. What is our n? N is minus 1 by 2 and what is x? X is minus 2x and plus n minus 1. What is n? N minus 1 upon 2 factorial and x square. What is x? 2x square plus n is our minus 1 by 2, n minus 1, n minus 2 upon 3 factorial and what is x? X is minus 2x cube. Now we will simplify it. 1 plus minus minus plus 2 cancel and it will become x plus 1 by 2 and it will become 3 by 2 upon 2 factorial 2 square and x square plus this will be equal to 1 by 2, 3 by 2 and 5 by 2 upon 3 factorial and minus 2x cube. Now 1 plus x plus it will be equal to 3 upon 2, 2 and 2 and this is 4 x square plus it will be equal to 1 minute minus 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 let us now 1 minus 2 minus and 3 minus and 4 it will become plus 1 3 5 2 2 2 2 raised to power cube 3 factorial means 3 into 2 and 2 cube and x cube 1 plus x 4 will be cancelled here 3 by 2 x square plus 5 by 2 x cube and the series goes to up to infinity. So expansion of 1 minus 2x raised to power minus 1 by 2 is this. Now we have to calculate r plus 1th term. R plus 1th term is, we know that when 1 plus x raised to power n, then what is r plus 1 a term? N, n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus r minus 1 upon r factorial and x raised to power r. This is our r plus 1 a term. Here our n is minus 1 by 2 and our x is minus 2x. We will write here. What is n? N is minus 1 by 2. Minus 1 by 2 minus 2, and it will be equal to n r minus 1. What is our x? X is minus 2x and it is raised to power r. It will be equal to minus 1 by 2. This is minus 3 by 2, minus 5 by 2, and it will be equal to minus 1 by 2 minus r plus 1, and this is minus 2x raised to power r and r factorial. Simplification is very long. Minus minus minus, it will goes minus 1 to power r, because it will be r times, and 1, 3, 5. Two raised to power r, 2 r times, and this is r factorial. And what will be this? This is 1 minus 1 by 2, which is equal to 1 by 2, and it will be equal to 1 by 2 minus r, and when we simplify it will become 1 minus 2r by 2, and with taking minus sign outside it will become 2r minus 1. Yeah, this 2 becomes in denominator, and it will be equal to minus 1 raised to power r, 2 raised to power r, and x raised to power r. This is our rough work. Now minus 1 raised to power r, minus 1 raised to power r, it will become minus 1 raised to power 2r. 1, 3, 5, 2r minus 1, 2 raised to power r, r factorial, 2 raised to power r, x raised to power r. It will become positive, and we have 1, 3, 5, 2r minus 1, r factorial, and x raised to power r. Now here we will do some we will multiply by this term 2, 4, 6, 2r and divide by these terms 2, 4, 6, 2r, because when we multiply with a number then we have to divide by that number, x raised to power r. Now what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 2r minus 1 and 2r in denominator, r factorial. If we take 2 common, then it will be equal to 2 raised to power r, and this is 1, 2, 3 and so on. Taking 2 common and 2 becomes 2 raised to power r. Now x raised to power r. What will be this? Yes, it will be equal to 2r factorial. All this equal to 2r factorial, and this is r factorial, 2 raised to power r, and this is our r factorial and x raised to power r. So our answer is 2r factorial, 2 raised to power r, r factorial square, this and this, and x raised to power r. We have to prove this answer, so we make so and so long simplifications. Now some expansions of 1 plus x raised to power n. First of all, what is 1 plus x raised to power n? We know that this is equal to 1 plus nx n minus 1 upon 2 factorial x square n minus 1 n minus 2 upon 3 factorial x cube and so on. Now first expansion is 1 plus x raised to power minus n, means we have to change n by minus n. 1 plus here minus n x plus minus n minus 1 2 factorial x square, and here minus n minus 1 minus n minus 2 upon 3 factorial and x cube. And here it will be equal to 1 minus nx plus minus common, it will be equal to n plus 1 upon 2 factorial x square plus n plus 1 n minus 2 n plus 2, but we have minus, so it will become minus here upon the 3 factorial x cube to infinity. Now general term is, what will be general term? From here we conclude minus plus minus, so minus 1 raised to power r n n plus 1, n plus 2. When there is third term, fourth, one, first term, second term, third term, fourth term, this is our fourth term. And when there is r plus 1th term, fourth term, x raised to power cube. This means x raised to power r when there is r plus 1, one number is less, and here r factorial. What will be here? Here is 3 and there is 2, then n plus r minus 1. So, this is our general term. We can also write minus 1 raised to power r and n plus 1, n plus 2, and here is n plus r minus 1, and in denominator is r factorial. So, this is expansion of 1 plus x raised to power minus n. Now, next expansion is 1 minus x raised to power n. So, we have to write 1 plus x raised to power n. What is 1 plus nx plus n minus 1 upon 2 factorial x square and so on. So, here we change x to minus x, 1 plus n minus x plus n minus 1, 2 factorial, and x is minus x square, and fourth term is n minus 1, n minus 2 upon 3 factorial is minus x raised to power cube, and it will be equal to 1 minus nx plus n minus 1 upon 2 factorial x square, and it will be equal to minus raised to power cube. So, it will be equal to minus n minus 1, n minus 2 upon 3 factorial x cube. Now, r plus 1 term is minus 1 raised to power r and n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus r plus 1 r factorial x raised to power r. Now, next expansion is 1 minus x raised to power minus n. So, we have to change, first of all, this expansion is 1 plus nx plus n minus 1 upon 2 factorial x square and so on. Here we have to change both x and n, x by minus x, n by minus n. Then what will be equal to 1 plus minus n minus x plus minus n minus 1 upon 2 factorial minus x square plus n minus 1, n minus 2 upon 3 factorial and minus x raised to power cube. Now, simplify 1 plus nx plus, this will be plus minus minus plus n plus 1 upon 2 factorial x square plus